came off the books. It couldn't be an official, obviously, CIA or Pentagon operation. It came off the books from Dulles' contacts in the financial community.
Mr. Talbot, this question really applies to you. Also, it's a question I really should have asked of Jim D'Ingenio and to Jefferson Morley also. There's a book that has been banned from all recent JFK conferences, including this one, the last several CAPA conferences, The Unspoken Kennedy Truth by Laurent Guyénot. You can find a link to that book at anidealiveson.net. And a starting point might be that the film JFK was bankrolled by producer Arnon Milchan, who only, say, 30 years later, it was revealed had been a lifelong spy for Israel, including the smuggling of nuclear weapons technology to Israel. Of course, JFK strongly opposed Israel obtaining nuclear weapons, and the whole world has changed since JFK's demise and LBJ's ardent Zionism completely reversing all Middle Eastern policies, where Kennedy had even been brought to order the Israeli lobby to register as foreign agents after the Levant affair, the false flag terrorism of Mossad against U.S. interests in Egypt. So why do we completely forget that the Middle East has been the center of everything since JFK's demise, not Vietnam?
But before you respond, I just want to mention Mr. Guyénot's book was not banned here. Barnes & Noble, let me answer you, Mr. Golovin. Barnes & Noble chose not to stock it, okay? There are no independent booksellers here. You've been free to hand them out as you have been. David, please go ahead and answer now.
Yeah, as you know, I didn't look into, I didn't know, frankly, what JFK's policy, I didn't know quite a bit about it, towards Israel was, and how it changed after his own death, along with his policy toward Vietnam, his intention to withdraw troops and so on from Vietnam. I've learned since then more about how close, for instance, James Angleton, who was head of counterintelligence for the CIA, was to Israeli intelligence. They came to his funeral. They were very close. So I do know some about that. I think that's important for other researchers to look into, how the Middle East policy that Kennedy pursued. And you're right about the transfer of atomic technology. He was against that, President Kennedy, and that happened after his death. So I think that's important for researchers to look into further.
Thank you. Gary Aguilar has a question.